Hello dear student, welcome in Economics chapter 2. Name of this chapter is Sectors of Indian Economy. This is our part first of Sectors of Indian Economy. Let us start the introduction about the sectors of Indian economy. Whenever we discuss about the sectors of Indian economy, we found there are many sectors of the Indian economy classified into different categories, and all these are the helpful to increase our nation economy, that on the basis of that to increase our national income, and hence all these sectors of Indian economy are very important to the nation, growing of the nation and the development of the nation. And even also these sectors also change a time to time, and it's a need of the present as well as the future. That's why these sectors of the Indian economy, this chapter include in your 10th standard, because of 10th standard student can easily understood the importance of the sectors of the Indian economy, and even also on the basis of that they can give a values of the sectors of the Indian economy. On the even also they also know the values and their importance, and even also the use of the sectors of the Indian economy. So these sectors are like as the primary sectors, secondary sectors, tertiary sectors, and even also the quaternary sectors and quinary sectors. Now our topic name is the classification of sectors of Indian economy. As I told you, there are three sectors of the Indian economy, but these three sectors form on the basis of the nature of the jobs. It means the sectors of the economy classified into three categories. One is on the basis of nature of job, second is on the basis of working condition, and third on the basis of the ownership. So which sectors come under in on the basis of the nature of jobs? The first one is the primary sectors, second is secondary sector, third is tertiary sectors. If we come on the basis of the working condition, we found two subcategories. One is organized sectors and second is unorganized sectors, and then third on the basis of the working condition. In working condition, on the basis of the working condition, we found private sectors and public sectors. So all these are give us the ideas about the classification of the sectors of Indian economy. In your exam, ask like question, explain the classification of the Indian economy, or sometime to ask this question for 3 marks, explain the sectors of the economy on the basis of nature of jobs. So all these sectors, even all these categories are very important for your examination purpose and even in our day-to-day life. Now our first sector is primary sectors. When we produce a good by exploiting natural resources, it is an activity of the primary sectors. And in a simple language, the activities on the depend on the nature and natural subsistence we call the primary sectors. This is because it form the base of all other product that we subsequently make. And there are many more example which relate to agriculture, like as the cotton and milk are the example of the primary sectors. And since most of the natural product we get are from agriculture, dairy, fishing, forestry, this sector is also called agriculture and related sectors. Why we call these sectors called agriculture or related sectors? Because of large number of the product which come from the agricultural activities, and agriculture's activity income under in a primary sectors. That's why we are called to the agricultural sectors. And even in related sectors, that means agriculture and to related sectors, it means related activities, it means dairy activities, fishing activities, forestry activities, all are the related activities to the agriculture. Hence we call the primary sector is also agriculture sectors, is also related sectors. Next sector is secondary sectors. The secondary sectors covers activities in which natural products are changed into other forms through wave of manufacturing that we associate with industrial activities. It is the next step after primary sectors. For example, using cotton fibers from plants, we spin yarn and weaves cloth. Using sugarcane as a raw material, we make sugar or gur. Since this sector gradually became associated with different kinds of industries that came up, it is also called as industrial sectors. Now, due to the industrial and industrial relation, that's why we call secondary sector is industrial sectors. And in these secondary sectors, primary product convert into a complete product, and that's why these secondary sectors is also day to day increase the importance, and hence the secondary sectors is also important as the primary sectors. After primary and secondary sectors, then third is the tertiary sectors. As primary and secondary, tertiary sectors play a very important role in the sectors of the Indian economy. Here there are activities that help in the development of primary and secondary sectors. These activities by themselves do not produce a good, but they are an aid or a support for the production process. For example, goods that are produced in the primary or secondary sectors would need to be transported by truck or train and then sold in wholesale and retail shops. Transport, storage, communication, banking, trade are some example of tertiary activities. Listen carefully. There are many more activities which come under in the tertiary sectors, like as the transportation, storage, communication, banking and trade. So, since these activities generate service rather than goods, the tertiary sector is also called the service sectors. Here we clear the service sectors. Why we call the tertiary sector is a service sectors? Because of the primary sectors and secondary sectors fully depend on the tertiary sectors. Without help of tertiary sectors, they cannot be complete their production. It means primary production cannot reach in a secondary sectors in a manufacturing industries, and after completing manufacturing product, these product cannot be sold through the transportation system and without the development of the tertiary sectors. That's why tertiary sectors is very important as the secondary sectors and then primary sectors, and these tertiary sectors is provide to the services of primary sectors and tertiary secondary sectors. That's why we call the tertiary sector is a service sectors. What is the most important? To providing the services, and these providing the services only done by the tertiary sectors. Hence it is very important, the tertiary sectors. And even service sector also include some essential services that may not directly help in the production of goods. For example, we require teacher, doctors and those who provide personal service such as a washerman, barbers, cobblers, lawyers and people to do administrative and accounting works. We are not include the directly the in the service sectors, but they also provide to the services, but we are not including in a goods, but they also provide to the services, and hence all these activities which come under in the tertiary sectors. So according to these tertiary sectors, we have ideas about the different sectors of the Indian economy, like as the primary, then second is a secondary, and then last is a tertiary sectors. All are the playing very important role in a Indian sectors of the Indian economy. I hope you clear these sectors of the Indian economy, and even also the uh, introduction about the sectors of the Indian economy, and even also the different sectors of the Indian economy.